everyone, it's Jack from cultaholic.com, back again with another big news update, this time with 3 huge stories coming out of the recent NXT tapings in Full Sail. Now, I must warn you, this does contain severe spoilers for the next few weeks of NXT programming. First and foremost, William Regal has announced a new NXT Championship, the NXT North American Championship, which I guess is going to be like the equivalent of the Intercontinental or US title on the main roster. It's going to be like a second tier championship in the men's division. This is very exciting indeed. He came out, he announced the championship, and then EC3, the recent signing from Impact, came out and said, look, it's really wonderful that you've created this new championship for me to win as soon as I've stepped into the company. But of course, William Regal was having none of that. He said, no EC3, nothing is handed to you here in NXT, and then proceeded over the course of the tapings to book a 6-man ladder match at NXT TakeOver New Orleans for the new championship. Now, who's going to be in that match? Well, if I can remember them off the top of my head, the 6 men are EC3, Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, and there's one more, Adam Cole. There we go, I got it. So those 6 guys will be competing in a ladder match for the North American Championship, which I think is going to be a really good match. We all know what Ricochet can do in terms of high flying. We all know what a storyteller and what a general all-rounder Velveteen Dream is. And the other guys in the match have either awesome power or lots of experience, or both in the case of Killian Dane. So that could well steal not only NXT TakeOver New Orleans, but maybe the entirety of WrestleMania weekend as well. But what do you think of the new championship? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? I mean, already in NXT, we've already got the men's and the women's and the tag team championships. Is 4 too much for such a small roster? Remember as well that this comes hot on the heels of the rumors, or the reports, I guess, that WWE are going to be bringing in a set of cruiserweight tag team championships after WrestleMania. But remember, I mean, that won't be on NXT, that'll be as part of 205 Live, so I don't really have any issues there. Lince Dorado might win a title, come on. In other news, it looks as though Johnny Gargano is not done with NXT yet. Yes, he lost his career versus title match against Andrade Cien Almas on a recent episode of NXT, and then there was this big farewell tour where he did the last few house show dates, the last one I think being in his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. But he showed up at the tapings last night where he jumped Tommaso Ciampa. He came in through the crowd and attacked him. Everyone, of course, went absolutely crazy, and then he was restrained by security. Now, of course, the rumors, as I think I reported a few weeks ago, are that this is going to lead to an unsanctioned match at TakeOver New Orleans between Gargano and Ciampa. And again, like I said for the ladder match, I guess this could steal not only the show at TakeOver, but the whole WrestleMania weekend. This is shaping up to be one hell of a card. And finally, there's been a bit of a situation with the NXT Tag Team Championships. They were vacated due to the injury recently sustained by Bobbington Fish. No longer are the Undisputed Era the Tag Team Champions. Those belts have been vacated, and I believe the ruling was that whoever wins the Dusty Tag Team Classic will not only win the prestigious tournament, but also become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. But who's in the final? Again, big spoilers coming up. The 2 teams in the final for NXT TakeOver New Orleans are the team of the Authors of Pain and Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. Again, a really good match. This could steal not only the show at TakeOver New Orleans, but the entirety of WrestleMania. You see where I'm going with this. So all in all, it's been a very eventful set of NXT tapings indeed. Lots of shake-up, but of course, the biggest news coming out of it is that there will be a new NXT North American Championship. Who do you think will win the match? I honestly have no idea. Oh, my gut instinct says that it'll be Velveteen Dream for all the good work he's done recently, but then it seems like he might be maneuvering into a feud with Ricochet. Maybe they'll give it to EC3, the arrogant newcomer or returnee to NXT who proclaimed that he was going to win the belt straight away, first one on the scene when it was announced. Or maybe it could be Killian Dane, because he was a standout performer in the War Games match, and it looks as though WWE is setting him up to be the breakout member of Sanity. Realistically, any of those 6 guys in the ladder match could win it, and it's very exciting indeed. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Jack from cultaholic.com. You can follow me on Twitter at JackTheJobber. You can follow all of us at Cultaholic, and check out our Patreon as well, patreon.com/Cultaholic. And remember as well, never forget, don't you dare forget, very aggressive, to join us.